Amanda Bynes has been placed on a psychiatric hold after roaming the streets naked. Her parents have now reacted, and I got Christopher Melcher here to react with us all. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. Always a pleasure to have you, sir. How you doing, Christopher?
Well, pretty good, Andy. It's sad to see another story here like this. This is, got a lot of mixed feelings on this. It's very, very difficult.
Yeah, well, let's break down what we know so far, and then we'll talk about it. But yeah, actress Amanda Bynes, who's had, issues in the past, has talked about it openly, has also been in a conservatorship, which had many fans upset, trying to free her. She has now been released from that and was working, I think, taking makeup classes and trying to better herself mentally, etc. Well, she had an issue this past, I guess it was Saturday or Sunday night, where she was seen walking down near downtown LA without any clothes on, alone. She waved a car down, telling the driver she was coming down with a psychotic episode, and she then called 911. Amanda did herself. Law enforcement sources say Bynes was taken to a nearby police station where a mental health team determined she needed to be placed in a 5150 psych hold. Our sources say it doesn't appear she was hurt, thankfully, and during the ordeal, though, things could have been much worse given the area where she was found. And a source close to Amanda told us she's currently hospitalized, will likely continue to receive care for several days. Typically, these types of holds last 72 hours, but can be extended. It's been almost a year ago to when Amanda's 9-year conservatorship was officially terminated. Her mother, her conservator, started back in 2013 when it was clear she was having issues with her mental health. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder after a series of bizarre incidents, including one where she set her neighbor's driveway on fire. She was sent to the psychiatric ward for treatment. So she's obviously been struggling with some mental health issues, but she has been, seemingly for the better. But this was an instance where something happened. It broke down again. Her parents have now reacted. Latest news this afternoon coming in. They are not considering another conservatorship in the wake of this hold. Her parents aren't viewing her recent episode as a reason to put her back in another conservatorship, but that doesn't mean that the episode hasn't set off alarm bells. Source with direct knowledge tells TMZ that her parents are deeply concerned about her well-being, but another conservatorship is not on the table, at least for now. She's been living independently in her own house, taking cosmetology classes. Until fairly recently, she seemed to be doing fine. Sunday's episode seemed like an anomaly. Her parents, though, are taking comfort in the fact that she was self-aware enough to recognize she was in trouble, flagging down a car for help and calling 911 herself. And that's what a lot of fans are also applauding her for, which again, I got to say is, I guess, the silver lining in this to see that she is able now to, in a state of recovery and aware of herself, that she is able to catch this amidst it happening and actually go seek help. I got to say is a good sign at least. But yeah, fans are obviously now upset. There's a lot of stuff. We'll go through some of that too, but breaking down what we know so far. And obviously we've talked a lot about conservatorships with Brittany, covering that case in a while. What are your thoughts on all this, Christopher?
Well, this is what's so tragic about this is that, she's obviously functioning, but then something happened over the weekend that caused her to have this break. And it's that's the thing about mental health issues is that they're not always apparent, and they could be in the background and they could come up unexpectedly, and it's very scary for her and everyone that loves her, because look at how she found herself there, early morning, bad area of downtown Los Angeles, naked. This is dangerous. So good that she figured it out and got help, and it's good that the person that she flagged down was good enough to help her. And but now she's in psychiatric hold, or at least was then. I don't know how long that was really going to last. On that 5150 hold, that is the state saying that this person is a danger to themselves, and they will put them under psychiatric hold for up to 72 hours. That could be extended under more extreme circumstances. Sometimes the people don't actually go the whole 72 hours. So she may be out already. I just don't know. then it's like, okay, trying to understand the cause of what occurred and how to trying to prevent that from happening. What safety measures would be put into place? Would, maybe she have somebody live with her, or I don't know. I don't know how this occurred and how they would keep it from happening again, or if it does happen again, that they would make sure that there's somebody there to help her. And this is the dilemma that her family members and her face, is that what level of protection is the right amount and how much is too much to take away her liberties, because obviously there's a problem here. And so that's the line that has to be very carefully balanced.
Yeah, and we've talked about that a lot in depth as we cover the Britney case, who's now finally out of her conservatorship. But then there's a whole swath of people online who don't even think she is. It's a whole just complicated place, right? It's hard to even now talk about this. But I think this case with Amanda Bynes particularly, and following how her parents have handled it, how she's been out there living her life, it does seem like her family is trying their best to like let her have her independence while also, be aware and help her with her mental health. And I gotta say, I've been pretty impressed with how they've handled it as opposed to, other cases like the Spears family. And it does seem like, she has issues, right? She's dealing with them, and she has a support system around her who's just trying to protect her. And so I applaud that they're trying to help here. I applaud and like to hear that they're not just jumping into another conservatorship. That's the right thing to do. Let's handle this out, see what happened, get her some help that she can then seek herself, right? And still have her freedoms. But I got to say, it's just like the world we live in now, Christopher. It's so frustrating. We're all, I think, reporting the same story, that she's seeking this help, but then everyone's got to nitpick over the words used. She wasn't found. She actively sought help during a crisis. Why do they keep saying she was found when the story flagged someone down? She actively was looking for help. I get it. Everyone's trying to help, but they're coming after Pop Base because they said she was found roaming the streets. I mean, someone found her. Someone technically found her. And they did, as the stories make it clear, she did, call 911. And even the things here, she reportedly waved the car down, told the driver she was having a psychotic episode, then called 911 herself. I mean, how did Pop Base get this wrong? It's not. And then we're hung up on all these details. People are so protective now, I think, because of the Britney story, that there's like a weird, like almost too protective, that we seem to want and expect even more and everything. It's scary, and just even reporting it because we have to sort of tell you what's going on. But then if we use the wrong choice of words, we are against her. And I gotta say, for the record, I applaud Amanda. Like I just said, I think this case has been one of those where her family seems more supportive. I am so glad to hear that she saw this moment herself and was able to do it, as we previously said. But yes, she was found somewhere by people, and thankfully those people helped her rather than do something terrible, which is what I think a lot of these reports are saying out there. But have you noticed this too, Christopher, how it's sort of harder and harder to report on these things based on people's sort of unwillingness to either believe that they're still okay? It's scary at times, no?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think we're all safe if we come from the story from perspective of respect and dignity, and that I think some of the comments are probably picking up on or sensing that they're trying to diminish her as a person, or try to say that like, again, something wrong with her, and it's like, okay. I get that, and I'm coming from a place of empathy and just saying like, wow, that's very scary for her, because obviously these are not intentional acts. She doesn't have control over this. She doesn't want to be walking around the streets of LA in that condition by herself. There's no way that she wanted that to happen, but something with her mental health caused it to occur. And so, getting hung up on, whether she, was spotted first by the driver or she flagged the driver down, those are inconsequential details. The fact that she could call 911 and realize she was going through that is impressive and good, but in no way diminishes what actually happened leading up to that event. So yeah. It's and to be clear, serious.
Pop Base put both in those in there. I applaud Pop Base. They did make it very clear in the fall thing that yeah, she did it herself, and I think that is something we should applaud her for. So kudos to Amanda for seeing that. And just tragic, she still has to deal with this, but I'm glad she has help and a family around her that seems to be concerned and helpful and not trying to just steal her money. And so I hope this all goes for the better. And I hope this was just one instance that helps her get in even more of a safer place. So sending all the love to Amanda and her family as she goes through this. Thank you again, Christopher, for always handling these stories so well. Make sure you support Christopher over on Twitter at @CA_divorce and join us later today live. We got lots more to cover. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for all alerts, and smash that like button before you do, but leave your comments down below on what you think on this story and everything else we talk about. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you live later today. Hope you have a great one.